All right, ladies and gentlemen. So we got a new event going on right now, although you wouldn't really guess it by checking this menu, but we got this Marquitillo is missing event. Apparently this is only available for a week, so you might want to act fast and get to grinding because it's not awful. I mean, so long as you're logging in every day and getting the daily quest out of the way from this little guy, you should be fine because it's going to end up giving you 250 of these coins per visit. And unfortunately, I don't have enough coins for all of these items for you guys. You are still going to have to put in a little bit of grind time yourselves, but anyway, I'll get into this guy's inventory in a second. So let's get to the first part of it. So it says, speak to the Captain Marcos Ybarra, and it doesn't really explain anything about it, but it's this guy, the titles guy. So you just interact with him. That'll complete the first part of the quest. Then it wants you to complete 5-star dungeons, 7 of them, in fact. And it recommends going into Geode Surface just because 5-star dungeons are a lot more common there. As far as I know, though, if you go to a ship or a ship or a tower in Sundered Uplands, I think when you complete the entire wave of a 5-star, it counts as a single 5-star. So you could essentially just do 7 waves and you should be okay. I think. Someone correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. And then anyway, complete 7 of those, done with that. And then it wants you to find Marquitillo in a 5-star dungeon. So this is where you would end up going through a 5-star dungeon and the NPC would show up after you've completed it, usually at the last location for the final objective. Sometimes he doesn't show up, but generally speaking, you just kind of keep going until eventually he does. So then he shows up and you just interact with him and he'll end up showing up here in the hub area. And then you gotta return to this idiot and talk to him and it'll give you 250 of the rubber ducky coins. But then this guy's going to be here as a not only shop, but a daily quest. So he'll end up giving us 250 tokens per day. So again, you just keep grinding all of those and you'll be able to get a decent amount of these tokens. But otherwise, the first thing that you're gonna wanna get is the rubber duck hat, because this hat is going to make it so that you will end up getting coins from 5 stars. I'm actually equipped to it right now. So it's increased drop rate of rubber duck hats during the Marquitillo's missing event or whatever. So you're gonna have to use the hat in tandem with the daily quests so that you can ultimately end up getting this mount and this ally. It's pretty expensive considering like how much this costs, but I'll try to grind those out before the end of the week myself. I did not have the time to get all of it ready for you guys in today's video. I also just want to mention before we go, just because I know this is going to be a shorter video, I have 2 other Trove videos planned before we start talking about the new update on the test server. Namely, the developers finally posted their community letter and it's a pretty good read. I'm gonna try and have that video out tomorrow, and then we'll probably end up having another video that's gonna summarize what's going on the test server and so on and so forth, and maybe talk about some other Trove stuff. But then on top of that, I'm also trying to balance Path of Exile at the moment because they had a pretty significant update, which I'm excited to go back to that game for. But as I've stated in my other videos countless times before, I am now a new father, and so my baby has been a handful for me and my wife to end up handling. And it's made me very tired. And on top of that, I don't have as much time to dedicate to these videos, which is why some of these topics are gonna take like a day or 2 before we end up talking about them. So I just ask that you guys be patient and continue to support me by just waiting a little bit to see all these videos and stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll be able to do some Trove streaming today. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Smash like, sub for more, buy the merch you want to support the channel, which is cheaper on Fourth Wall, by the way, and have a wonderful day.